So let's buy a euro, sell the card. Okay, we'll buy the euro, sell the dollar. But I would like to focus on buying the euro so much because of the angle. First, it's above this, it's pointing up. So basically, let me see where the change happened. At what point was I here? Alright, so I'm going to put this thing here. First, clear everything else. So the cross happened here. Okay, let's first go back and see what happened at this point. Okay, so number one, I had a major trigger here to buy. That was the major trigger to buy. Okay, at this time when I had a buy here, definitely we could see it was telling me to buy the euro, so the card, because this usually comes up euro card. This because this is over the weekend, so basically you can't see much of the things here, but this is euro card. So basically I was meant to be buying the euro, sell the card. Now if you look at the colors here, right, this orange represents the Canadian. Okay, if you look at the euro, so even this one tells you, but this is the euro. So at this point this was not an effective buy anyway, just by looking at this thing. The card was too strong, it was even above the zero line. So here I had no, you can see red, sell. Basically the sellers were here. Wow, that they should have given you a very big clue something could be happening soon. So I mean, okay, so I had a major buy here, two signals here to buy. Yeah, and this one told me to exit, or there could be a potential to change into the sales could be coming to an end anyway. But here, when I'm saying the sales was too strong, still the sales on top, the difference between these two, the sales was strong and very strong sales here. So what I have to do is wait, okay, to have a change in confirmation. So what do we have here? So the major signal to buy, secondary entry, the buyers are trying to catch up. So even after buying, you can see I've had a change in color here. Yeah, this what represents the buyers as here. This the first buyers here, green. So even then, okay, enough. It was near to some kind of resistance here. Yeah, so the buyers just changed over here, so here. So maybe here what I could have done is taken half position, okay? Because there's no real confirmation here, but maybe if I took a half buy, half position, yeah. So I put in a sample to buy right here. The stop loss should be around here. Okay, let's write it. So here came back, it was still below but still a good buy. So here when this thing finished, it was confirmed the yield was strong, and probably I was still in this big candle here. But if I go back here, I had to be cautious because the yield was still the weakest. Yeah, the yield was still the weakest, but I could see it was rising, and definitely for sure the card was dropping heavy. So it could be on the 4 hours, it could still be just a pullback, because yes, there's been a change, a crossover, because the Canadian is here has just crossed this the equator or the zero line. Anything above the zero line is positive, anything below sells back on the sea. It came from being positive to going into negative territory here. This the orange line, you can see, which actually represents the card. I have a bit of a flu, guys, so just hold up with me. Have a bit of a cold, so but yeah, you could still see, yeah, the euro share, basically the euro is rising up in angle. I'm only looking at this here, guys. I'm not looking about, I'm just only looking at this section here. Yeah, only this section here. That's what I was looking at. Okay, based on the 4 hours. Okay. Alright, so here, which could be a pullback, the euro could be just pulling back, or or the card could just be just taking a dip and then regain back. But from this dip here, at this moment of time, remember I was here, I didn't know it could have easily gone here and gone back. But I could see the fall has been coming steady, falling, the card has been falling. Even if you put here, you can take the card has been falling, and the year has been rising up. Alright, so here I've put another half, the other half, right? So these profits can wash away this loss here, even if there's a period, it could break even. Alright, we ride it. Okay, fair enough. So here, I can still see had a bit of a worry here, where this kind of finish was still positive, but then here, actually told me, look, you can choose to move a stop loss. Definitely call this a stop loss mover. Okay, move my stop loss closer. So if I edit here, put a probably break even. Okay, it's too strong. Okay, fair enough. So at this point, it's too strong. The it's basically convergence. You see, everything's going different directions, straight up. It's doing buyers. Everything's above. Goodbye. The distance will be high. Even the distance between these two was a bit high. Buyers. Now here it's telling me now, look, the sellers are definitely coming into the game. Okay, at this point here, I've had a signal, a major signal. So the only way for me is to do at the end of this candle, if I'm following the rules, I should come out. Also here it told me actually, look, mate, now there's absolutely no need for it to hold this trade. You had whatever you had, just come out. So I came out here out of a buy. Okay, now I'll be looking for another buy because the euro is still up. But look, guys, here now this is a major pullback. It's time to come out. So you come out whatever. Now I had another buy, major buy here. But now this is not a good buy because I can see definitely there's blood. Yes, this one is telling me there's a things are not agreeing up because the major trend is also pointing down here. When I look at the moving average here, yeah, which I can tell you what it's a 22 slope direction line. This is a slope, so it's not really moving average. It is a slope. It's the difference between the two moving averages. So this one here, yeah, it's too red. So this was saying that you have another opportunity to buy, but I will not buy. I shouldn't be buying, guys. I'm telling you what to do. Just at times, everyone we have emotions. We know computers. So usually you can try to take, okay, let me take a gamble, but that is not really, that is bad practice. So here you can see the sellers are into the thing. Here, yes, we have a buy signal here, but yes, these are buyers here in the white buyers basically. Okay, yeah, because I've done it, so basically I don't get confused with the deep colors. Okay, yeah, but this is the green buyers, yeah, sellers. So this is a bit of a mess up. Yes, the euro, I can see the euro now is coming from this scroll, is falling down, but still stronger than the card. I had a made, the change of trend is here. I had a change of trend, is said, look, mate, it's now the seller. This has been confirmed by here. Yeah, so basically here, this is not the buying opportunity as yet. So as for now, really and truly, I have no buying opportunity as yet, but I can still hope for this to do a crossover. So if I get another opportunity to buy, based on the 4 hours, I will get opportunity to buy. So look, this one came here, it went up here, but it told us to move a stop loss for those guys who entered, but I won't like to enter this trade when it's with you though. Yes, here was still telling me to buy based on this at this point here, but even though it was not a buy, wrong, green, red. So here, same time it's told me to move a stop loss, though it's told me to buy, but that's not good buy. So basically here, there's no trade. So we wait for this. So I'm keeping an eye on this trade here. The only reason why I'm keeping an eye on it is because the euro overall on 4 hours, the euro is still stronger than Canadian. Okay, yeah, but this I'm trading in both, if both are negative territories. But best option is to look for the ones above, buy everything above the zero line, sell everything below, or you can trade it in the same zones but choose which one is stronger than the other. But that is if you're really looking for, you try to look for trades and you don't have anything like the sweet. This is the sweetest juice is when you do crosses. When this one is just cross, for example, here at this point of here, You see here, the pound was just close above the zero and Canadian was just closing below the zero. So here, this was one of the good trades. Yeah. So right now, I'm just keeping this on a watch for a buying opportunity, basically because of what I'm seeing here. The euro, stronger thing. I can see the angles here. Yes, it's just being crossed. I can't see pretty much, but because of this, is just giving me a number, the order of which is the strongest. So here, I'm presuming this the angle pointing up. So I'm thinking the euro is going to keep on rising, and the Canadian is going to keep on dipping because it's been dipping. You see the angles been dipping. Further information is saying the euro here is still stronger than the card. Alright, so I'll just keep an eye here for once everything meets the criteria for buying opportunity right here. Alright, now what do we have here? Let's try to review right here. Alright, okay. Step one, we have to look at here. So let's say now I didn't have this, okay? And I only have this trading based on 30 minutes, okay? But okay, let's look at this. I got a signal to buy, okay? The trend was red, orange, which is red. Now it's telling me I should be buying, I should be selling the pound because this is pound AUD. I should be selling the pound and buying buying Australian dollar. Sell the pound. It's okay. So I'm just looking, I'll take the action for the first currency. So saying I should be looking for sell. Okay. So if it's telling me to sell the pound is the green. So here I had no, because you put a thing, you tell this is the value for the pound. If you put a cursor here, the red is telling us the AUD. It's the word AUD at the bottom here. AUD 3, that's the strength. So it's literally telling me that the pound should be below the AUD to set it. So here I have a signal to sell, everything right on the screen here, on the chart here, everything's matching up for sale. Okay, but how about here? Here is actually telling us a different story. It's telling us the pound is still strong. So this is another off. We're still in green, 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 green. So here it was not sell signal, to be honest with you. Yes, here we just had a cross. Here we had a sell, but yeah, this is the buyers are still on top. Here the buyers, this is the sellers, buyers, but so this is not a good sell. It's a mixed up information, okay? So now, but remember this is the major trigger, okay? Right. Now here, what do we have? Okay, we are still paying by the rules here. Still this chart still confirms the sell. Now here the pound has just dropped, okay? The green, the pound has crossed the change of trend. Now it's been confirmed. Sell, but this is not a sell, this is not a confirmation here, because still, guys, be careful. Here I lost a lot of money. I lost over $1,000 by not taking time to observe, because this I took one order like this before, all right, where everything here confirmed, so the was in my favor, but this was not matching up. So if one of the indicators not matching up, guys, do not take a risk. Do not take a risk, because now you try to get aggressive. If you want to be aggressive trader, just take a small tiny portion and put your stop loss very tight, because this thing can easily backfire. Because yes, I can see the pound here is dipping, the trend in change has been confirmed. Yes, the red, but however here the green is still above the red and still above the zero line or the strength gauger. Yes, here I can see this definitely, there's a big strength here, a difference between the sellers and the buyers. So yeah, so there's a potential this thing can drop based on the angle of, if you see the distance between the buyers and the sellers. Here it's actually, you can see it's in sellers in red, it's crossed the zero line, but even still this is not a confirmed trend because this is not agreeing with it. But if you want to take a risk, make sure you take very tiny position and keep your stop loss tight. So however, now if I keep moving forward, so here is actually when, based on everything I say this way, is confirmed. So I entered the sell here, okay, I entered for a sell position here, and let me put a line to see. So at the end of this thing here, I handed the sell, okay. For those aggressive sellers, we could have gone for a sell here. So for aggressive sellers, probably could have gone for sell at the finishing of this candle. So yeah, so here there's a lot of money, definitely. This is a lot of money, it's wasted, like, but look, It's better to be careful because I've lost a lot of money making these stupid um, sales trades, and some of them they work up, some of them don't work out, but because they don't work out because I don't follow the rules at times because of greed. But however, now here, okay, I can clearly see the difference. The pound has been confirmed. It's really way weak because it's now crossed below the zero line. It's dropping, but also that Australian dollar is not as strong because even so, yes, there's a gap between, but even look at the slope. It's dipping. It's dipping. Yes, it is stronger than the pound, but it's still dipping because if it was strong, I'd expect the divergence to keep on going like this divergence for this thing to be rising up and this for like a mouth, a fish mouth, okay, opening up. Okay, this is a still, yeah, for example, the pound is, yeah, this is a sell. Based on the chart, still a sell. I've even crossed down some kind of support level here. Fair enough, guys. So, okay, just take this one off. On this candle here, so I'll show you the candle where it's telling me I should go for sell on this candle here, guys, okay? On this teeny thing. Alright, tells me, okay, Michael, you know, enter for sell. So I go for the sell. I read it, and now here, okay, let's take off one of the lines. So let's go enter for sell here. Okay, right here, that's when I entered for the sell. So let me just report this thing here to show you. Run the orange line here on this level. In between these levels, that's why I went for a sell. Okay, so now I read it. And look here, when I was here, I entered here. When I was here, this thing told me, look, mate, move a stop loss. Okay, this one here, it told me move a stop loss. So I entered here. At the finishing of this candle is for me to make a choice. Should I move a stop loss or should I not leave it? But this thing's telling me, you know what, mate, move a stop loss. Okay, at the end of this candle, which was down here, so maybe if I just put on the opening price. So okay, now this one's telling me, you know what, let's keep riding. So I'm here, I'm saying, okay, fair enough, maybe this was just a banter because this one's telling me, but look, we still, the sellers are coming back. Now red, okay, still red, everything's red on top, red. So here at the finishing of this candle, yeah, I was doing okay, fair enough, okay. But now I remember here, now I can't lose because now if I shift my candle probably to this candle, okay, so regardless, because this candle's finished up, all right. So I entered here on this tiny thing. So here maybe I made a few points, not much, but now regardless, I can't lose. You understand? A profit is a profit. 1p, 1 pound, 1 cent, whatever it is, a profit is a profit. All right. So now here, now this thing is telling me, look on the chart, look, mate. Buyers could be messing around now. They could be coming up. Same time, this thing as well is telling me, look, move a stop loss. So now, if I could move my stop loss closer, or I could choose to exit this trade because I have two different angles, two different buying signals confirming each one another, telling me I should probably move out. So okay. Now, if I just move my stop loss, okay, or I could choose to exit on here. It's up to you, but probably I'll personally move a stop loss and ride it out a little bit. Yeah, I'll not make as much money, but I could just probably keep on falling and then shift up. But now this one here, this kind of could have taken me out for sure. Because this was saying now, look, mate, now buyers are really coming into the thing, okay? The buyers are coming in, all right? Now, so what do you have to see? But however, if you look still, the pound's still weaker because it's still below the zero line, okay? We're still red. Yeah, I can see the buyers are coming in. Here, there's been a change. So here, guys, I'll be taken out, but not with a loss, but a small profit. So okay, so the same thing happens with this. We'll have a look at this. Yeah, so it should be alright. So regardless, let's look at this. So here, I definitely would have money. I would have made some money on this trade here. Much? Probably not, but I would have made some profit. Now let's have a look at this one here. This was the pound yen. Okay. So what do we have with the pound yen? I'm not gonna go back to what happened here because here you can see you guys are rode the thing for a long time with a lot of profits here. But let's look at what happened here. Okay, first signal here is telling me, look, if you guys are still holding a buy position, come out. here was a red flag. So move a stop loss. Okay, so if someone move the stop loss, let's say right here, but because this thing came up here on this candle, so if this candle came in, because here, okay, this was a red flag, say move a stop loss. So guys, if you move the stop loss probably to here, I'll just put a line, let's say to the top of this candle. Okay, move it, if you say move a stop loss to the end of this candle, so this thing here would have taken us out. This one told us move a stop loss, but same thing, two signals at the same time, guys. See here, either if you came out, you would have, if those wanted to come out, they would have come out after the finishing thing. They would have come out probably right here, because this is the end of this candle right here. They would have come out at the end of, yeah, they could have closed this thing even with a small thing right around here, half of the green candle. Okay, but for those who are saying, you know what, let me just shift my stop loss, sort of what would have been probably here, around here. So yeah, the difference is not as much, but still money is money. Okay, so they shift up. Now this thing here, like we said, this one either come out or not, tighten your stop loss really loud. But let's analyze. So what do we have here? Okay, Japanese yen is really dropping. This is it. If you put a thing JPY, and this is the pound. The pound also has been now, it's been up, rising up, but I can see it's beginning to fall. So buyers, the pound is too strong. Okay, green buyers, and the difference between the buyers and the sellers is really strong here. So definitely here you would have expected the move to keep on moving down to give you another retest up, because by the time this thing comes up here, would have taken some serious long time. Okay, so this could have fooled up anyone, but look, let's go. Okay, buyers are really strong here. The buyers are on top. The difference between the buyers strong. Yes, we're still here, but this was saying us to exit thing. So all right, but definitely now this one here is telling us might come out, just come out. That's it. So if we didn't come out here, this would have taken us out on the stop loss here. Okay, the previous stop loss we set, this kind of would have taken us out. So guys, it's always good to have a stop loss. Personally, I would like to find someone who can help me code, okay, this thing automatically. So because I have a stop loss mover, but I would like someone to help me like code it up so it actually shifts. So when the signal like this comes, okay, like this signal, maybe some kind of criteria, the trade comes out automatic. If we have this, we move a stop loss by X number of pips, we could say, or based on the opening of, or the close, or the opening of the previous candle. So if we have some of this, we want to move. If this one comes, automatically come out. Guys, this we can make some serious money with this thing. But I'm not a programmer, so I can't program it, so I have to do manual trading. You know, guys, if you're doing manual trading, it takes a lot of time and effort, a lot of emotions. And usually that's how we lose out of money, because of emotion controls. But anyway, let's go here. So this one here is telling us might come out. Alright, if it's coming out, now that we have a major sell signal coming up. But just because you have a major signal to come out, it doesn't mean you should enter into a sell. We have to look for the criteria. Now, what are the criteria? For to sell the pound must be below the Japanese yen. Okay, and preferably the pound should be below the zero line. This zero line. But right here, let's see. Okay, here we see a change here. The major signal was to go to sell. Okay, at this point here, we're just getting flat here. Sell, and this was a big sell. The distance between these two was pretty huge. So the difference between this could actually mean like this can keep on falling. It can keep on just keeping falling because the gap is really strong. All right, but still here, nope. The pound was still above this, so this was not a good sell for us. But let's go for what the sell happens here. Okay, now at the cross of this candle, okay, we're here. Now it's telling us to enter for sell. All right, okay, so no problem. Let's enter for the sell. If we entered for sell right here, because here it gave us, okay, the pound dropped here, we had a confirmation, you see guys, then so, but here now we should not enter for the sell. The reason why we should not enter for the sell, because this thing has not crossed us yet. Okay, it's actually, we can clearly see green is still above, so but everything else is confirming. So if you choose to enter for the sell here, guys, Be very, very careful. I've done it a couple of times because of greed and I've been messed up. At times it's better to hold with your money in your pocket than to try to take chances, because the chance it can play out or might not. There's a high chance it might not play out because it didn't conform by the setup rules. So maybe it's better to just hold our money into the pockets, okay, and get better options. All right, so let's go. So now here, what do we have here? So remember, we had to go into for sale here. So now here's telling us we should enter for sale right here at the finishing of this small candle. All right, okay. So yeah, everything matched here. The pound is below the Audi, it's below the zero line, it's below Australian dollar. Okay, the trend has changed. Clear, the trend is red. It's been confirmed with this white line below into the red section. Red, yeah. Now we can clearly see here the red is about the green. Yeah, everything. Yeah, yeah. Okay, here we enter for sale, right? So now we entered for sale right here at finishing of at the closing of this small candle. Okay, we enter for sale. So now what do? We write it. Now this thing here is telling us, Papa, you know, at any field this candle, move a stop loss. So what we have to do here is to try to move a stop loss to break even. Okay, because if we break even, anything we can just pray up. Look, this way it didn't work out for us. Okay, I'm not saying this because I know what happened here because I say it, but I'm just giving the rules what usually happens. Okay, but it doesn't mean exit. It doesn't mean exit. It just means move a stop loss to break even. The worst can be just the worst can happen. Okay, so now here we're still in a sell. That's still paying us well for us. Okay, now this candle here would have taken us out regardless. All right, now this thing is telling us, okay, yes, yeah, well, you can maybe try to do a resell here because the sellers are trying to come in again. But the problem is now we can also conference here because here we can see buyers. So this is a red, yes, sellers are coming in. Red, yes, there's everything going up. Also remember here, that's why this thing took us out because we had this thing took us up here, mate. Move a stop loss anyway. So but it took us up. So now here, this is not really a good sell because to be honest with this thing, it's not a sell anymore because yes, the major sell was here. This was a major sell, but look, sellers are coming in again, okay? But the problem here we have because of this change in color. If you want to take a gamble, it's up to you, but it prefers if it to be matching up. Okay, but here right now we should be waiting. We should be actually waiting because even the last major signal we had here, we didn't have any other signal to confirm us to be enter anyway. So we just have to hold up. And this one we would have come out break even. So this was not a good trade for us. All right. Yeah, but remember we made a lot of money before on the previous one. Just because here we don't make money, we made a lot of money from the previous trades. If you look at this thing the way it was playing out, we really rode this thing all the way to the top. So that's pretty much it for now. So but that's the way to analyze this thing, okay? But what I usually do, I like to see here, if I first come into the game, okay, I like to look at here and see what's the strong one, what is the weakest one. This number said they will tell me this is the strongest in order, and this gives me a clue. Yes, it is strong, but is it above zero line? How's the angle performing? Because yeah, this will, if I send you zero line, it's above zero line because it's a positive number, okay? So the only two, so basically based on the 4 hours, five currencies were all underperforming. They are really not doing good because they're in the below the zero line. So the only pound I would in New Zealand, they were actually doing good, which were above the zero line. But I also look at behavior. This New Zealand is really strong in New Zealand. Look how the way steep it is. How steep this thing is. And also the dollar is really weak because look how deep it's diving. The pound, the dollar, and the Canadian dollar, they're not really doing good. They're diving low down. So we just have to look and see. So I expect a big gap as well in this and opening. Here, same thing, analyzing the same stuff here. Okay, let's have a look. All right, so let's look at the signal here. What do we have? Major sell signal came in here. What do we sell? Probably not, because this was the buy. Was still the signal came in a buying point. You see the trending here, the slopes all positive. So this is a good buy? No. So the first thing to tell you off is the level, the angle or the slope lines. These are green. You see what I mean? The slope line, you see this thing is green pointing up, this is white, but white presents bias, which is pointing up. Yes, I have a signal here telling me definitely if I was buying, come out. If I didn't come out on the stop loss mover here on this thing, definitely this thing that's taking me out. Now it's telling me, because this is Euro New Zealand, so it's telling me I should be looking soon to sell the euro. Okay, so here the euro was too strong. Both of them are strong. The euro was strong and the New Zealand was strong. So but here now we have a bit of a change. This kind of dropped really so far, guys. Usually, guys, when we see a big drop in like this in the candle, we should be worried. Usually we do get pullbacks. Usually, just go through the history and see. Usually when you get such big dips like this, 70%, 8%, you're gonna have some pullback of some sort. Okay, so we just have to watch it. Yes, is it a sell signal? Yes, it is a sell signal based on the behavior. Major signal, sell. Okay, the seller's coming back again here. Everything's red and the angle's pointing down. Yes, here we can see now the euros dropped before New Zealand. The trend is changing, confirmed. Yes, yes. So basically everything that's here we should be looking to sell. Okay, yeah. So but it is better for to be honest with you to wait up. If we go for sell, this trade will not have worked out. Will not have definitely not worked out for us. Yeah, but look, okay, immediately you enter for a sell, you get a pullback up here. If some two green candles now, this one told us to come out. So on this trade would have come out with a loss. First, we did not have even opportunity to move our stop loss. Okay, we entered here, we had no opportunity. Stop loss would have been right up here above this big candle. So this candle would have taken us out. This is telling us now, you know what? Bye, come out. So we would have come out of this thing. Alright, only to re-enter again here. Now everything is matching up. But the problem with this again is because here after this, if you see guys, okay, let's see. The euro's down, everything's good. But the problem we have here is this one here. Alright? This one here, it's not a good play around, you know what I'm saying, because I would have expected to get another red signal here telling me if the sales are coming back. Though these, I don't use them as entries, I only use them as stop loss movers. Usually I prefer to follow just the angle. Okay, these I use them as exit signals, okay, or stop loss movers. So if you enter for sell here, okay, you enter for sell, you write a thing here. So okay, so now we still remember we entered for short here, we've made some money, we right here, everything. Now here's the thing you make, you know what, move a stop loss. Okay, so the two things I use for stop loss, the one on the dots, the small dots on the chart, or this. Okay, the ones that tell me come out, exactly come out, is when I have both of these colliding with the top. This one here I get very cautious. Let me see if I can find one here. Let me see here. They have none, but if it comes out, I'll show you anyway. Yeah, let's say we have this one here, right? Telling us, okay, let's say here we have an arrow here, right? Telling us move a stop loss. Let's say also had a small blue, the same thing. You see the small blue on the chart, also right here. There's a very high probability this thing is going to come out. It's going to take a different course. But that is not the exiting signal. The exit is when you get this diamond opposite, like this diamond green, diamond red. That's the one that tells you, mate, just come out. Okay, but listen here, well, we moved our stop loss. Okay, but this was telling us to move a stop loss. So move our stop loss. Remember we entered, I'll show where we entered. Move here, we entered here, we entered for sale right up here. Okay, now this thing is telling us to move a stop loss. So here on this blue line is telling us to make a stop loss mover. So right, so we're here, so probably move it break even. We just move it anywhere, because usually I like to move it at this candle. So to be honest with you, I would have moved it right here on this previous candle. That's what I've moved this thing. Okay, I would have moved it right here myself, because I made an entry here, I put a stop loss here. So let's separate. So this candle was here. Okay, so this small candle here would have taken me out. This green candle would have taken me out. height exactly where my stop loss is. So I'd have come out here. It would have taken me off the profit. So yeah, so right now, so what we're saying now, look. So what we're saying, the euro is still dropping. Okay, the euro is below, still dropping. We still have the major signal here, which was a sell right here, diamond. We don't have the end diamond buy. So, however, if you look at this thing, so the euro, yes, it's confirming sell, sell. But however, here now we have a different ball game. Here it's telling us, man, things could be changing now. But the distance between here, so what I mean here, I'm saying in this direction here, the gap between these two is really, really huge. So there's a probability the sell can keep on moving down. The sells here below, the sells, but even here, let's be careful because now I can really see a change. But it's still, based on this one here, what I'm saying, it might drop, but it might not drop for so long, okay? Yeah, so bad. So I would have made some profit on this trade. I would not have made a loss on any of these trades. The margin could have been small, but it would have been there would have been some money, definitely no losses. All right, guys.